yeah, you go back to the house. Just so you know, my boyfriend's there, and we go back, and Brock's in there. And we're like, what the fuck? Is Brock dating Delia?
Right,
That's
Brock
also
is
the level here.
Ash, I banged your mom. Dun dun dun.
You can call me Dad now, Ash.
Yeah, call me Dad. Bob Dylan once sang, "The times they sure are a-changing." And that's exactly what's happening today on To Kill A Delibird. Except that nothing is changing with the podcast, but everything is changing with the world around us. We are finally, it hasn't been that long. We are at the end of Generation 1 of Pokemon. And we will be going into Generation 2 next week. Hello and welcome to the podcast. This is To Kill A Delibird, the Pokemon Anime Rewatch podcast, where I, who know a bit about Pokemon but really don't, not part of the fandom, one of those Gen 1 only sort of folks, and then casual after that as a kid, I'm joined by Kellan, the Pokemaniac Pokemon Master, to help me through this Pokemon Anime Rewatch journey. Kellan, how you doing?
I'm lovely.
And he's always lovely.
I'm just excited that we're finally
you're also
at the
excited.
End here.
Nice.
Yeah, we're finally at the end. It's crazy.
I'm excited for Johto also. I know people are saying, oh, it's like full of filler, but
it is.
I like the filler, or at least I have, because I'm like, how weird can they get? How dumb can they get? I'm here for that. And the other thing, the bigger thing is like, I think this is about where I stopped watching as a kid. I don't remember anything after Orange Island.
Which is going to be exciting because,
you
still remember the Pokemon.
I did play Gold a lot. I did like the Gold game. I would say at that point, I stopped paying less and less attention to like the Pokemon themselves. Like obviously some of them, but not as diehard. But I did like the game.
Yeah, I'm just more so excited to the point where we see a Pokemon and you're like, what the fuck is this thing? Why is this thing the thing that exists?
Yeah, that might take till Gen
maybe a while
3,
still.
But at least with Gen 2, we've got where I don't remember their names at all. That already happened in the movie. Remember when I forgot his name again, when that weird elephant that like turns into a tire?
Donphan.
What's it called? Donphan? That just sounds like a person's name. Like, what's up, Donphan? What are we doing tonight? Like, that could be like a name.
All right, well, that confirms it. At the end of the Johto arc, I am going to quiz you on the Johto Pokemon names.
Oh, God, okay.
So get ready for that.
That means I got to study? No, let's go in blind. That'll be more fun.
Either or. Whatever will make for better content.
Yeah, it's all about the content.
It's always about the content. That's the only thing I care about these days. Just the content. Fuck getting a job.
That's good.
Content is number one.
You could do both, maybe. But yes, content's number one. Right. So we're at the end of Generation 1. We're saying kind of farewell to Gen 1 as this pure, kind of strange thing in a vacuum. And Gen 1 is such a big deal, obviously, and people hold it really dear in a way that, like, I know that you find a little bit annoying because like Pokemon casuals will like put it on this pedestal, right? Like nothing was as good as Gen 1, but they're still fun to have.
I was talking about this on not my stream, but I was watching a Super Mario Sunshine stream, and I got talking about it in the chat with someone about how like a lot of people say that like, or I mean it's Gen 1ers that say it, but a lot of people say like, oh, Gen 1 is the best Pokemon game like technically on a gameplay level, and it's like that's just objectively not true. Like
I don't think I've ever heard people say that. People say that.
It's just that they say it's the best game rather, and not just their favorite. Like it's okay for it to be your favorite, but it is far and away not the best game. Like on a technical level, it's a pretty bad game. Like Gen 2 is oodles above.
Exactly.
Gen
like
1.
I actually remember liking the Gen 2 games more. Like let's say I liked the Gen 1 characters more, maybe because that I remember them better, but I the Gen 2 games were like, that was to me when it kind of really took off. I was like, oh, this is actually like a really big crazy RPG, whereas the first one almost feels like a proof of concept compared to how big the second one got.
Absolutely. And it was a whole discussion about like it's okay to enjoy a bad game or a game that's not great. Like I love Sonic Adventure, but let's be real, that game is bad. It is a bad game.
Yeah, this whole debate
broken. It's broken.
I'm so blind. Like I I also don't really believe in objectivity when it comes to entertainment. Like, you can try to, but at the end of the day, it's entertainment. So you're going through your own
Yes.
lens. So, like, okay, yeah, Sonic Adventure's kind of scuffed. I think that game fucking slaps.
Oh, it's great. I
But
love
it's
that
also
game.
it's also because I was like 9 or 10 when it came out, right? And it was like the graphics at the time were fucking crazy. When that killer
Mhm.
whale jumps out behind
Oh,
Sonic,
yeah.
like we hadn't seen anything like that.
Yeah, like, I love that game. It's a ton of fun, and I enjoy it, and I have a lot of good memories about it. I rented it from the local movie shop for, like, 2 months straight so I could beat it, and then I bought it when he was closing the store. But, like, I can admit that game, on a technical level and a game design level is not great. Like, you can clip through, like, everything. Half the characters are not fun to play. Like, Amy's so slow. Gamma's I enjoy Gamma, but a lot of people don't. And then Big the Cat is Big the Cat.
Big the Cat
So
took me so long to figure out. Like, I couldn't
oh,
get
it's
past
the
the first
worst.
stage of Big's adventure for like so long.
But it's that Sonic Adventure is my example of it's okay to love a game and have it be even your favorite game, but you can also admit that it might not be the best game on a technical level. Like your
Oh, sure.
favorite Mario Kart can be Double Dash, and that's totally fine. I see why it would be your favorite, but you can't tell me from a pure gameplay perspective that Mario Kart 8 is not the best in this series because it is.
Okay. Now you're actually opening some really contentious cans of worms because those ones aren't as clear to me. Like some of your examples. Because but I haven't played Double Dash for a long time, but I do remember it being extremely good.
It is very good. Like all of the Mario Kart games are great, but I think Mario Kart has pretty objectively only gotten better with every installment, except
Hmm.
maybe Super Circuit, but that was Game Boy Advance. So
I liked Super Circuit. I actually own
yeah,
that one.
but was it better than like 64? I don't know. I've barely played either of them.
Most people would say no.
Yeah.
I just like I didn't have an N64, but I had a Game Boy Advance, so I liked
Mhm.
Super Circuit a lot. But I'm
Like
not
I think
I'm not a game reviewer, so
I think Double Dash is a better game than all the ones that came before it. Then DS is a better game than Actually, maybe not. Double Dash might be on the same level as DS, but Wii is better than either of them.
DS was kind of crazy because it had online, didn't it?
Yeah,
For the first
7 is
time.
better than Wii, and then 8 is better than 7. Just like objectively, I don't know how you can't say that it objectively is not better.
So
It
okay,
doesn't have
so
to be your favorite,
is Wii in your
but
mind better than Double Dash though? Because I
yes.
remember groups of people and kind of myself thinking that it was sort of a step back.
No, it's better.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
It might not be your favorite. You don't
No,
have to
yeah,
like
yeah.
it more, but I think from a pure gameplay perspective, Wii is better than Double Dash.
Yeah,
So
see, and I think that I've grown less and less interesting with the sort of discussion of like what's better over
yeah, you're
time.
just like you can like whatever you
I just
like.
yeah,
And
I
I'm
just
like, no,
I
Wii
just
is
don't
better.
I just don't care. What I think is more interesting is like hearing people's stories with these different games, like
Hmm.
their own sort of reactions to it or insights into it or fun they had that's in a way that's like unique to them. And that's where I think game criticism can kind of be its own art form if you're looking at it from that perspective. Is like, what can I bring to the table? Because sort of like technical kicking the tires, like, man, IGN and GameSpot have been trying to do that for years and everybody fucking hates them. They're
Hmm.
boring, you
Yep.
know? So it's like what can the reviewer bring to the table? And
Yeah.
what can we bring to the table, Kellan, but lists?
Yeah. That's all to say that you can like Gen 1, but it is pretty objectively dog shit.
Well, no, it's
Just
not
saying.
objectively dog shit.
Oh, it's
just
objectively
not.
dog shit.
But like gold was better. Gold and
Yeah.
silver were improved. They had more features in it.
You can like Red and Blue. That's fine. I like Red and Blue, but it's a pretty dog shit game.
I just don't know if
I'm
I agree with
just
your,
gonna put
your
it out
word
there.
dog shit here. Because like if someone was like, do you want some
Growlithe
dog
shit?
shit or Pokemon Red? I would take Pokemon Red.
It's held together with Scotch tape and a glue stick. That's what Gen 1 is.
It's endearing though.
It is.
It's endearing. I think
The
people
most broken
it's got a
thing
lot
ever.
of heart. But
Yeah. Anyway, list.
yes, list. So we had a listener last week. You know, we've been loving the comment section lately. They've been very
Interaction.
engaged, and we're
Woo!
trying to respond to when we can, and that's been a ton of fun. So keep it up, listeners, enjoying that. And so Andy LR3396 had this idea of, to kick off the end of Gen 1, let's hear Graham's top 10 favorite Pokemon, and Kellan can shit and cum everywhere like he does. Well, in fear and anger.
Yep.
So that's a great idea, Andy, and that's what we're gonna do. I compiled a list of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon, and it took me a couple of passes. I had some iterations, but I do think I have a list here. This is sort of a fusion of myself now after rewatch this anime, but also trying to talk to a young kid Graham and trying to remember what Pokemon I liked a lot as a kid, both in the anime and the games. So it's a bit of a mashup of those two Grahams.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready?
Let's get to it. Yeah. What's
Well,
number 10?
I love to kind of kick off my lists with like the obvious paying my taxes. So I stuck in Pikachu at number 10.
Yeah, boring. Boo. Moving on. Number 9.
I didn't want to. No, let's talk about it. I didn't want to put Pikachu really high, right? Because it's like that's just as normie as it gets.
Yeah.
But I do think Pikachu is at least worth acknowledging because like he's really important, right, to the legacy of Pokemon. And rewatching the anime, he's also really likable. Like Pikachu, the character from the anime, is a delight.
Pikachu is a stinking cutie, and it's just, but he's just a basic bitch take. So.
Oh, for sure. And that's why I stuck him at number 10.
Yeah.
Because I love using number 10 slot as like the paying your taxes of the thing. Like, what is the obligatory mention?
Pikachu is the one Pokemon my mother could name.
And the one one Pokemon many mothers can name, and fathers and grandfathers, and so on, and maybe even pets. Maybe even my cat could name Pikachu.
Yeah, my mother doesn't know like anything about Pokemon, but she knows Pikachu, and she really does love Pikachu because he's very cute.
Yeah, so. I think the design is just so appealing, both as a logo and as a creature.
Bring back
it
fat
works
Pikachu.
On a lot of levels. Well, they
bring back
where they skinnied him up.
Yeah,
like in the anime or like everywhere.
Everywhere. His original design was chunky.
It's kind of what they did to Sonic as well. Have you seen like early 90s Sonic versus late 90s Sonic?
Absolutely.
He really went like on a treadmill during that.
Yeah, and then in Sonic Boom they like put him in a stretcher or something and like stretched him out.
Oh yeah.
Torture chamber.
And Knuckles is the really freaky one.
Oh, Sonic he got Boom. Fucking swole.
What the hell? Yeah, swole Knuckles.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, number 9.
Number 9, Psyduck.
Okay.
So what's interesting is both Pikachu and Psyduck weren't even on my list the first pass, and but I made room for them because very endearing. And this is mostly anime Psyduck. I don't really remember Psyduck from the game like at all, actually.
Well, he doesn't have moments like he does in the anime in the games, so he's just another water type. Yeah, Psyduck's fine choice.
Okay, yeah, because of anime Psyduck, right? Very endearing.
Yeah. Okay. Number 8.
Number 8, Mewtwo.
Basic bitch take.
Why? He's like got such a crazy sci-fi story.
Yeah, everyone loves Mewtwo. We get it. Move on.
He's in Melee.
Get a new personality.
Wait, you don't like Mewtwo?
He's fine, but he's overhyped. He's in like every fucking game these days, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's Mewtwo!" And I'm like, I have 40 of them in my boxes. I don't care about Mewtwo anymore.
Oh, they keep sticking him in the Pokemon games a lot?
Yeah, for like events and stuff. And it's like, he's not even like the best Pokemon anymore, so we can like move past it, please.
I think the Pokemon, the first movie, is like legit pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
To me, Mewtwo is the point in watching Pokemon where I was like, oh yeah, we're watching an anime. Like he is actually like an 80s, 90s sci-fi anime character, right? Like mad scientist creating this thing, trying to bring back his daughter. What am I? Who am I? There's like a bit of Ghost in the Shell in there. It's very existential. So I like Mewtwo for that.
Yeah, I do remember as a child in Red, finding him in the cave and throwing the Master Ball at him, and that was pretty hype.
Pretty hype. Yeah.
But I'm pretty over Mewtwo these days.
Plus how they told stories in, I got to give it up to when they find ways to tell compelling stories, but with really like, without a lack of overt narrative. And how the Mewtwo story is told in the game, I really like. How like you kind of see the mansion busted up and there's sort of like little clues here, and eventually you find the Mewtwo. But it's not like this big monologue anywhere, right? It's just subtle. I really like that.
Little hints and stuff, and then
Yeah, exactly.
you can piece it together yourself.
Makes it more immersive, right?
Yeah, it is. Number 7.
Okay, I realize I'm kind of getting my anime choices out of the way right at the beginning. Because 7, I'll give it to Meowth. He has been a buddy the whole way. Great puns. Love Meowth puns. Very funny character.
Yeah, I don't. There's really nothing much to say. We both like Meowth.
Okay, so you're not hating on Meowth. You're chill with
Nah.
Meowth. What about Game Meowth, though? I don't remember him at all, really.
It's pretty lame.
Pretty
honestly.
lame, I think.
Persian's not amazing.
No.
There's a lot of Pokemon that do Persian's job better than it.
Okay, number 6, I'll want your input in, because this one is maybe a little weird. No, Farfetch isn't on my list. Spoilers.
I thought I kind of thought you would put him in number 1 just to spite me.
Bait you. No, I'm not that mean. I know your aversion to that leak holding
duck
bastard.
He carries his own garnish. Like, come on.
Well, it's delicious. Okay, so number 6 is Omanite.
Okay.
Would have you guessed that?
I wouldn't have, but I like Omanite.
Oh, I like Omanite. I'm not a too basic.
Praise Lord Helix on the 10th anniversary of Twitch Plays Pokemon.
From Twitch Plays Pokemon. That was actually really memorable. I loved Twitch Plays Pokemon.
It was 10th anniversary.
That's crazy. 10 years ago. I can remember where I was, like, following.
It was yesterday or something, as of the day we're recording this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll give you Omanite. It's fun. Amistar's sprite in Gen 1 and 2 is him, like, he looks like he's doing a little disco dance. I've talked about that before, but I love that sprite. So
he was the you get to pick the fossils in the first game, and Omanite was the one I preferred to pick. I thought his design was more appealing.
I used to prefer Kabutops, but over the years, I mean, I've used Omanite more, and it's fun. I like it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, all right, number 5.
Number 5, and these are now game choices, really. So apparently, in my memory, like, game memories kind of trumped anime. But Alakazam, because I remember him being good.
Yeah.
Big psychic attacks, just blasting all of that. Those fucking spoons, hell yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a basic bitch take, but
I figured he'd be a little basic bitch, right? Because he's kind of like, the psychic glass cannon, right?
No one dislikes Alakazam.
Okay. Well, I mean that guy who sued Nintendo for his likeness. Did. Well, I think that was Kadabra, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you Alakazam. I'm waiting for the real bangers here. Number 4.
Okay, number 4, Butterfree.
Okay, Butterfree's cute. See, I'm struggling with that one.
Thoughts about Butterfree?
I mean, Butterfree's cute. I do like Butterfree. It's just that it's pretty shit after badge like 3.
Yeah, I remember you saying he falls off. I remember using Butterfree in the game, and having fun. I do remember that too, though, that he has a tail. Like, he's got an end, kind of sunsets, but I do remember having fun with him because, he gets some cool moves earlier than others. Like, he's kind of your first access to, like, psychic attacks for some playthroughs. So I remember enjoying him in game.
Yeah, he gets confusion pretty early.
Confusion, yeah.
Which is very helpful against Brock.
Yeah. Okay, number 3. This one maybe you'll react to. Okay, number 3. Porygon.
I actually love Porygon.
Oh my god. Here, we thought you'd have a meltdown. All we're doing is bonding. I like Porygon because he's like a Tron thing, right?
Yeah.
He's like this sci-fi, like Johnny Mnemonic, I'm in a computer
so cool.
concept. That's fucking sick. Yeah.
And then it gets an evolution that is a graphically enhanced Porygon
upgrade, yeah.
And then
like
it's
silicon chip.
And then it gets another evolution in Gen 4 that's a corrupted Porygon.
Like, sick! I didn't know that.
It's just cool.
That's really
Porygon's
sweet.
Awesome. It's not particularly good in Gen 1, but I like
That's
it.
where I was wondering if you would have qualms, if he's got issues.
A lot of Pokemon aren't very good in Gen 1 unless they're the top, like, 10.
Okay, interesting.
But yeah, Porygon.
So number 2. So really, when I think back to my childhood, there were 2 Pokemon that were my favorite. So they claim spots 2 and 1 is like young Graham's favorite. And this is more design, a bit of anime. Not too much the game with this particular choice. But number 2, I'm giving to Lickitung. Now, Lickitung I like because he's unique looking and he makes noises. And that sushi minigame in Pokemon Stadium N64 was so cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about how I feel about that one, because I like Lickitung, but not number 2.
That's a little high,
Like,
you say?
that's a little much for Lickitung.
Okay.
But I also really like Lickitung, so
Does
I can't yell at
does he
you
have
about
issues in the game?
it. He's not great.
I don't remember using him at all. Yeah.
He's like a trade exclusive in Red and Blue. You have to get him via the in-game trade.
Right. Okay.
And his name is Mark, I
those
think.
suck, don't they?
Yeah.
Mark? Oh.
Yeah, I believe.
That's lame. Okay, number 1 is basic, bitch, I think.
Fucking Blastoise.
Not that basic.
Oh.
I'm giving it number 1 to Bulbasaur.
Basic
Bulbasaur,
bitch.
I love.
Basic bitch.
I think you gotta pick a starter. Bulbasaur, I always like the grass root. He's so cute, he's chill. You could smoke weed with Bulbasaur. We said that before. He's a blast.
Yeah, Bulbasaur's also my favorite Gen 1 starter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at this. We thought we would fight. We're just bonding.
I really thought you were going to
So
put Farfetch'd up there just to piss me off.
No, I'm a chill soul.
Yeah, but Graham, you got to think about the content. Come on. Think about the content.
Well, content and compassion both start with C. Checkmate also starts with C.
Yeah.
The 3 C's to success.
Compassion, content, and checkmate.
Yeah. The 3 C's. What is your favorite Gen 1 Pokemon?
Probably Victory Bell.
Okay.
There's just something about that Venus flytrap motherfucker.
So you just have like a thing for... Hold on, is this your way of telling us in the audience that you have a vor fetish? Yeah, because you like watching James get eaten every week.
I like Victory Bell a lot, even before I remembered that he ate James a lot.
Okay, so. I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
But up there too for me would be like Pidgeot. Honestly, I really like Pidgeot.
Oh, really?
For some reason.
Oh,
yeah,
that
I don't know. There's something
basic.
about that bird. Yeah, I find Dugong to be quite underrated.
Okay,
Marowak, I really
wouldn't
like.
have expected either. Marowak's good. Yeah,
Marowak's cool. Seadra, I think, is pretty neat, pretty fun.
Okay.
Tauros, I've always loved.
Interesting. Tauros, I wouldn't have thought either.
Yeah.
They're ranked.
I'd put Porygon up there. I like Porygon a lot.
Okay, sick.
Yeah. Those are my Tentacruel also. I would put Tentacruel up there.
Okay.
Those are my
good, yeah.
At a first glance, those are the ones that stand out to me.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Our lists are nicely different. That's cool.
Tentacruel is one of those that, like, in the water, you always see Tentacool. It's like the Zubat of the ocean. And so you never think that it's good, but Tentacruel is actually really fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
It's very
think he's
usable.
Like so common that it's like, that's just an annoying pest.
You think it's like a bad Pokemon, but no, if you use Tentacruel right, it's actually a fucking monster.
Cool.
So,
but it looks so scary.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Anyway, should we talk some Pokemon?
Well, we have been talking
the
Pokemon.
Show?
We'll talk Pokemon the show. So today we're covering episodes 117, the tent situation, and I don't have the Japanese up.
Back in Masara Town! ! Followed by 118, the Rivalry Revival or Rival Showdown! ! Satoshi versus Shigeru! !
So yeah, let's get into episode 117.
A tent situation. Wow.
Oh.
So everyone's excited to get back to Pallet Town.
Pikachu's freakishly happy.
Oh yeah. Tracy is trying to figure out, he's freaking out. Also, trying to figure out what sketches to show Oak when they get there. But we'll figure that out when we get home.
He's obsessed.
He's
trying to pick his best sketches. He's holding up the gang.
Yeah, and there's Jigglypuff, and I'm going to tell you right now, Chekhov's Jigglypuff fails in this episode.
Yeah. It's like...
She has no purpose.
Pokemon doesn't follow the rules sometimes.
No.
But you know what? I think I respect that. I think. I'm not sure. I do kind of like when shows break the rules, but you're always like, did they do it on purpose? I don't know.
So Ash walks into the house, and there doesn't seem to be anybody home until we hear a voice come from the kitchen. And what's Brock doing here?
Oh, whoa. I kind of actually wasn't expecting this to see Brock already. Like, I thought we would like go get him from Ivy's at some point. But,
no, when he stayed there, he was like, I
can't mention that name. Sorry, Brock.
Oh, yeah. How could you? Very rude. So, yeah, they do this, like, quick zoom in on Brock, and it's all so dramatic. It's like a super villain.
Right.
It's like if Giovanni was in there, like, was holding Delia at gunpoint. That's like the level of emotion here running through this house.
But it's like Brock cooking a stew.
Yeah, Brock's just at the stove making tea or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it's meant to be this twist that Delia was like, yeah, you go back to the house. Just so you know, my boyfriend's there. And we go back and Brock's in there. And we're like, what the fuck? Is Brock dating Delia?
Right.
That's
Brock
also the
is
level
like,
here.
Ash, I banged your mom. Dun dun dun.
You can call me dad now, Ash.
Yeah, call me daddy. But right, so that dramatic menace hangs, but Brock just is like being super nice underneath.
Like, oh, you must be Tracy. I made tea. You want tea? It's indigo oolong. Has a nice peachy flavor. I usually take it black, but I'll give you 2 cubes of sugar if you want it.
He presumes that Tracy likes milk and sugar in his tea. Wow,
How
so presumptuous.
How rude, Brock.
Tracy definitely takes it like triple though. I bet.
Oh yeah, he's the guy that doesn't actually like tea or coffee and
Right.
fills it with cream and sugar so he doesn't taste it.
Exactly. Tracy is
Yeah.
that kind of motherfucker.
Fucking that kind of homie, man.
Yeah, that kind of homie.
So they ask him what he's doing in Pallet, and we get a flashback to when he left the gang and stayed on Valencia Island. And so they start questioning him about Ivy, and he immediately gets like really depressed about it.
Right, and spoilers, but this follows throughout these 2 episodes.
And maybe further, I don't know.
We are discussing and does not get resolved within them. Yeah,
Nope.
so either it keeps going or they drop it, and we
I
don't
hope
know
so,
which it
'cause
is
it's
yet.
kind of funny, especially some of the later ones.
But
So,
if it keeps going, but they never explain it,
yeah, it's they'll pull a Pidgeot on it. They'll just go away eventually.
They'll just
you know?
forget.
So, something happened. They're like, oh, something must have happened out there. Misty's like, oh, she must have dumped him.
Yeah, Misty thinks that he shot his shot romantically with a much older woman,
Yeah.
and was shot down.
And Ivy, not wanting to go to jail, told him to go away. So,
Right. Good job, Ivy.
yeah,
Uh,
the bar's real low here. Ivy,
yeah,
for
it
you.
really
Well
is.
done.
It really is.
Well
Just
done.
some common decency.
Just say no. Yeah.
Okay, so Ash's mom pulls a subversion on here too, because Ash is like pumped, thinking that she's gonna lose it, seeing him. Runs right past him. She's so glad to see Pikachu.
Pikachu, love it.
Right. We were just
Pikachu's
talking about how
happy about
moms
it, too.
love Pikachu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, it's the representation. Oh my God, our mothers can see themselves in Delia in this moment. They can project onto her because they all love Pikachu.
I say how Delia is. I call her hot way too much for me to be comfortable with this comparison. Let's move on.
So, yeah, there's we get another flashback here. But about a week ago, on the way home from the market, Miami and Delia are walking down the path, and then she like steps on something, and she hears like a oh, and she turns around. He's like, "There's a sand this way." Oh, no, it's behind me. Oh, and they start walking in circles constantly over top of whatever
Over
the
top
sound
of
is. It was
noise.
Brock. She was just
Yeah, and
walking
he's,
on
like,
Brock.
in a duster and a hat.
He may have been into it though.
And he's yeah. Okay, Tracy's the type of motherfucker who likes feet, but Brock type
likes
of
being
homie
walked
who likes
on.
being stepped on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's been passed out on this road. We don't know for how long. And yeah,
In a drunken stupor.
he does seem drunk here. Yeah. We don't really know what's going on. But he
So she
won't
brought
talk
him
about
in.
Ivy. He's just
Yeah.
that's the thing. He's closed off about Ivy. He won't talk about what's going on, but he helps around the house, so it's fine.
Yeah. He fights with Miami about who gets to do the chores.
That's the worst part for Delia. She's trying to delegate, but both Miami and Brock just went out. I'll do all the jobs.
Brock's
They're both
like, I
such
want to
kiss
sweep
asses."
today.
Yeah, I like Brock's fit when he's like doing housework too. The like
Oh, the
pink
apron?
apron,
The frilly
yeah.
apron, yeah.
He's like, where do you get a Brock fit? Like, do they sell that on Etsy? The Brock pink frilly apron.
Yeah, it's $2,000.
Oh shit.
Steal his look. Yeah.
Well, I got $10.
No, it's not gonna do it.
Okay.
So Misty is trying to explain this to Ash, like, he liked her and she shot him down. Meanwhile, Tracy's right behind him. He's like, Ash, I want to talk. Ash, can I talk? I want to talk to you. Ash, I need to talk to you. Ash, I need to
Yeah,
talk.
during the whole thing.
Misty tells Ash that he's sometimes just about as Gary, and that causes Ash to go into the depression cycle.
Right, don't mention that
Don't
name.
say that name.
Everybody's got a boogeyman in their closet.
So
Yeah.
Delia's gonna make that crazy pot pie we heard about.
Deep dish chili
She
dog
says.
pizza pot pie.
Jesus Christ.
Ash is in. He wants the pot pie. That sounds horrible. I can't
It's
get over
terrible.
it how bad that sounds.
Awful. Yeah, Ash is excited about that. Tracy's still behind him. Like, Ash, hey, tapping his shoulder. Ash, can I talk to you? I gotta ask you something. Ash, Ash, I need to ask you a question.
Yeah, he explodes. Right when Deli is talking about her like chocolate dessert too or something, I just wrote down Chocopalooza. I don't think that's what she called it, but I like that name.
Yeah, we'll go with that. She could have said that. That's
She could
fine.
have said Chocopalooza.
Yeah. And so he snaps. He asks like, "Hey, when are we gonna go see Oak?" And Ash is like, "Ah, shit! I forgot all about Oak. I gotta take this ball to him."
Right.
Fuck.
He's like, I don't even care about the chore. I care about the trophy, and I care about my mom.
Yeah, he shows off his trophy to his mom, and he's like, I want this to stay here with you." And she's like, "Cool. Now I don't need to get another dumbbell."
She just starts
Sweet.
jazzercising.
The outfit and everything.
Yeah, the outfit.
Ah, the 90s.
That's like a very 80s thing, though, that the outfit she was in. It's like that like Jane Fonda workout video
Yeah.
thing.
So we're off to the lab. Ash is excited to see all of the Pokemon Oak is keeping for him, as if he didn't only catch and keep one Pokemon in the Orange Islands.
Right. Yeah.
He caught Lapras and Snorlax and let Lapras go. Oh, the Snorlax is the only new guy here, Ash.
Well, he wants to see all of his Tauros again.
No, yeah, all 30 of them.
Pick which ones he's sending to the grinder for this winter's hamburger.
Which ones are going to get sold to McDonald's?
Oh, yes. Pokedonalds. McPokies.
Yeah, as they're walking down the path, one of them mentions Professor Oak, or the Professor,
Yeah,
and the word
Tracy
Professor.
says the Professor.
Yeah,
And apparently
which causes
that's
Brock
enough
to
trigger Brock.
Yeah, because then Misty has to be like, "Brock, he means Professor Oak."
Yeah, and then Brock's like, oh, I'm okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's fine. Meanwhile, Team Rocket's spying in.
Yeah, they're watching them go to the old geezer's Pokemon paradise.
Yeah, and they're talking about how we should probably call the boss and let him know we're still after the twerps. And Meowth's like, "No, we can't do that. We can't call the boss or he'll know we never caught Pikachu." As if their like months-long absence doesn't say that as well.
Well, he doesn't want it to be a front of mind. I kind of get where Meowth is coming from here. Sometimes I'm just like, well, if I don't bring this up to my boss, it doesn't exist.
They never asked about that project I forgot to finish. Well,
well, let's look over here at these things I did do.
Yeah, interesting. James even notes that the older twerp is back. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's he doing back? At the lab, nobody seems to be home. And then suddenly Muck falls out of the hallway with Oak, like, under him or something.
Right. Inside of him? I don't know.
Jelly this whole tackle sequence between all of them, that was something.
It's funny. It's kind of funny. Like that's Muck, man. And it's interesting because like remembering back to like when he caught Muck, it was like almost a horror show, right? Like the Blob, like Muck and Grimers are these like scary things. But then this Muck's whole thing has just been that he's like really affectionate.
Yeah.
Right? He just really loves people.
That first episode, it was all about how Muck smells like shit.
Right.
And you can't be around him, and that's why he sent him back to Oaks. But now Muck seems to smell fine now.
Yeah, and he's just like, he just really likes people. He really likes physical. Yeah, he likes being physical.
Maybe part of Muck's diet at Oaks Lab is a lot of like car air fresheners.
Yeah,
Muck's got that new car scent.
Yeah, he just shoved those little trees down his throat till he starts glistening like cinnamon and apples.
Oh, Muck, you smell like a pine forest.
Oh, delightful. I'll take mine in black ice. I always see that one at the gas station, black ice. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I love a new car scent. Like, you can't beat that.
Classic new car.
Yeah, it's easy, simple,
easy, breezy. Plus, sometimes
beautiful
the other
cover girl.
Nice. Sometimes the other air fresheners are like, it's a coin flip on if they're gonna be overwhelming or not. Like sometimes like cinnamon is like, holy crap, that's a lot of cinnamon.
Cinnamon is a very strong scent. It's also a very strong flavor. Like, why is cinnamon hot? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, well, like when it's concentrated, you're like,
because I put cinnamon on my pancakes and it's nice and I like that. Then you eat a cinnamon candy and it's like burning. Like, what the fuck is going on with cinnamon these days?
Well, there's a few things that we eat that kind of like that, like mustard or horseradish or ginger, like all of.
Well, horseradish is just hot.
I think those all have the similar kind of hotness, just like at different extremes, right? So if they're more concentrated, they kick in. but it's that hotness that you feel like in the back of your throat and your nose and like not your tongue.
And clear those sinuses.
Yeah, clear those sinuses, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a tight 5 on peppermint or cinnamon and fucking what car air fresheners?
Well, we were talking about how muck smells fine now, and that
and then we got
really
to
important.
Pancakes and horseradish.
Good old pancakes.
Yeah.
Good old horseradish.
And so Oak tells them that Oak tells Brock that Ivy sends her regards. Uh-oh.
So
it happens
sad.
again.
Yeah.
Oh no. Ash hands over the GS ball, and then Oak offers a tour to the gang, or mainly Tracy.
Compliments Oak's big ball collection. Wow, you got a lot of balls.
You got some big balls there, Oak.
Yeah.
Let me see them.
Oak, I really like your balls.
Ash, thank you.
Ash sees Snorlax eating apples, and then, Ash sees Snorlax. Snorlax is eating apples. Ash doesn't see Snorlax while he's eating apples. And then Snorlax falls asleep right away. When it's snoring, it's happy, Tracy says.
Yeah, I feel like Snorlax is both the easiest Pokemon to care for and the hardest. Like, you feed him food and he's out for 3 days.
For sure.
You don't have to worry about him.
This is another one, kind of like Muck, where if we think about like the episode he was caught to now, the extreme of his nature has been quelled substantially. Because you're right, you just feed him and goes to sleep. And here he's eating some apples, he goes to sleep. Fine, we can handle that. But when they found him, he was causing actual economic impact, right? The kind that would spiral for years in that region of the Orange Islands and perhaps globally, depending on who relies on that grapefruit.
He could have caused famine on those islands.
He could have. Like he was wiping them out.
Maybe upon catching a Pokemon, the Pokeball has like different effects on said Pokemon over time. Like the Pokeball releases scents for Muck to make him smell good. Snorlax, the Pokeball gives him an automatic like gastric bypass surgery to make his stomach really small.
Right.
And he doesn't have to eat as much.
No, he gives him an Ozempic prescription.
So after Snorlax, we see Ash's herd of Tauros. And Oak notes they love the wide open spaces. And then Ash lets the Tauros he had in the Orange League back into the herd. So there's 30 of them now. And hey, there's Kingler. Cookie. Yeah,
he looks happy.
Yeah, very much just a guy saying cookie.
Oak flexes a little bit. Well, I am a world famous Pokemon expert. Of course I raise them good. I'm like, all right, yeah.
Oak with that Obama giving himself a medal meme.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think a good version of that meme would be Oak doing the same. Oak giving himself a medal. That would go hard.
So Oak notes Tracy's sketches. He'd be happy to take a look at them. So we're back inside, and Tracy is scared shitless.
Yeah, Oak's rifling through that sketchbook, and Tracy's so nervous. And he says that one thing that all nervous people say, good thing I'm not nervous.
As he shakes the couch with his like leg movements.
Right, it's like an earthquake, right?
Yeah. When suddenly Team Rocket lowers a giant tent on the lab. That's
showtime.
This is the tent. This is the tent in the.
This is the titular tent.
Yep. Jigglypuff appears on the outside. She can't get through it though.
Well, we get some good lines when they lower the tent. Meowth says, "Kids won't be happy campers when they see that tent." And Jesse goes, "Pikachu won't get away now that we have the whole place covered." Oh, those are both pretty good.
And I think it's Oak that says, "It looks like a circus," and then suddenly, boom, tightrope.
Yeah, the greatest act yet.
Prepare for trouble in the greatest act yet. Better make that double because we don't use a net. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's dangerous.
That's dangerous. Very dangerous. And of course, it's Jesse in the tamer outfit and then James in the tights.
Yeah, they're on a unicycle on the tightrope. And this is really great. The gang starts clapping.
Yeah, it's funny.
They're like, good performance.
I mean, it's impressive. I mean, there is no net. So
I know they've got talent. Team Rocket has talent.
Oh, yeah.
They just keep putting it in the wrong direction.
They need to just open a business.
Yeah.
They've got the acumen. They just need to put it into the right channels here.
Exactly.
So Brock wonders if they'll have one of those classic side shows. Ash just says, nah, just 3 freaks.
Burn.
They question. Team Rocket questions.
Team Rocket questions Brock about Ivy, yeah.
That why he's not with her, and he goes to press up onto the tightrope.
That
he
is
got up
so
to type
funny.
It's so good.
He just like teleports up there all sad.
With the parasol.
Yeah, James goes, he took my parasol.
And so Ash sends Muck at them. Lickitung comes out from Jesse. Muck runs straight to Jesse, right past Lickitung.
Right, ignores Lickitung entirely.
Oak says that Muck loves humans and it's not too particular which kind. So Oak is just saying Muck will fuck anything that moves.
Oh, huge burn. Huge burn. Meowth says, slobbering over Jesse, revolting.
For which one?
Burn. Wow, they're all burning Jesse right now.
She deserves it.
So then we get Victory
She's a real
Bell.
dick to the guys.
Then we get Victory Bell, and here's your vor fetish moment. Just eats James right away.
Nice,
and Meowth has a good pun about it. He's in over his head.
Wow.
How long you been sitting on that one, Meowth?
Like 40 episodes.
Yeah.
So Muck tackles him and Meowth, absorbs a razor leaf,
Didn't
and
cut
James
it.
tells Victory Bell to get stuck on Muck.
Boom. He's going to try to eat him.
Yeah, just kind of absorbs him. Ash has Muck go for a poison gas. Victory Bell just kind of puffs up and whoop, whoop.
He looks sick.
Muck's out. Yeah.
James goes, lucky mucky.
Lickitung slobbers.
Slobber
Muck.
it so we can clobber it, Jesse says. That's a sweet sentence.
I don't know how much licking a pile of sludge will do to it.
Well, and we see that when we get the
Yeah.
great line, oh no, Muck likes it.
Muck is a freak.
Yeah. And then Muck and Lickitung gazed into each other's eyes, and it played romantic music, and they ran over a field of flowers and lived happily ever after.
I can't see me loving nobody but you, as they like prance over
As
the
they
dandelions.
frolic, right?
Yeah, it's great. So with this licking, I've got a question from Alex who says, Lickitung licks Muck in this episode. Which Pokemon do you think is the worst one to lick? Muck, Slugma, Trubbish, Skuntank? Discuss.
Oh no, we've gotten into future Pokemon. I don't know. So, okay, with my very limited view, well, you've talked about, what's the Pokemon you've mentioned that they say is like as hot as the sun? Because I mean, your tongue would just disappear.
That's Magcargo, which is the evolution of Slugma. Slugma is just lava.
That'd be pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a slug made out of magma.
I think licking Muck would make you sick, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Trubbish is the trash bag Pokemon from Gen 5.
So that'd just be gross. But
it's just
that might
garbage,
actually
yeah.
not be harmful. Just gross.
And Skuntank is a skunk. Giant skunk.
Oh, I would lick that. Of all the four, I would lick the skunk. I mean, it'd be bad, but like, be okay. I mean, skunks are just like cats with like a stink pouch.
Yeah. I would go Trubbish, because he's not
That's a
all
good answer,
exposed trash.
Right.
Like, his arms are trash that has poked through the bags, but, his face is, like, still the bag.
Is he gonna lick his face? Or lick
So
his arm?
I'll lick his face, yeah.
Nice.
I'll lick Trubbish in the face.
So who would be the worst to lick? We're kind of between, so the Slugma evolution sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, that'll kill
But
you.
Muck is honestly not a great lick-y either, right?
No. Licky.
Yeah, lick-y. I don't really want to lick Jolteon.
It'd be hard to lick
That'd make your
ghosts.
tongue kind of, oof.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to lick. Yeah, that's a different answer than the worst lick. This is like the most challenging lick.
Let's rank all the Pokemon and how hard they would be to lick.
to lick. You gotta wrangle them.
I mean, there's so many Pokemon that are just like externally poisonous.
Right.
That they talk about. I mean, Vanillite would be like the best one.
Oh, that's
It's
ice cream cone. Yeah, the apple
great.
pie one. Lick that one.
Yeah, you like the apple pie one, don't you?
I'm compelled,
You've mentioned it
confused,
quite a few
and
times.
aroused by the apple pie Pokemon, which I know so little about.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, those seem to be like the pretty bad ones. I mean, all of the rock ones would be pretty bad. Like, I don't want to lick dirt.
Yeah, just like not a great time.
Not a great time for anybody
Right.
involved. No.
I bet you some very specific person is really into licking Onyx, though.
Yeah. Oh, that'll kill it. And speak to water.
Oh, right. That's how you defeat
It'll go
Onyx.
down really
Saliva.
easy. Spit on it. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that question, Alex, I guess.
Yeah, it was a question, sure.
It was a crazy one. Hope we
I
did
like-
it justice.
Those are my favorite kind of questions, though. The ones that make
True.
us, like,
Just out of pocket.
really think, really
Yeah.
question our
Oh, this
moral
is a
standings.
tough one.
Yeah. If you had to pick one Pokemon to lick, what would it be? I don't know.
The best to lick. Well, yeah, you called it. Vanillite's up there.
Vanillite, yeah.
Anyway. All right, let's get back to the episode. So Muck has them licked, right? Like, Lickitung licks it. He's sick. Muck wins. That's cool. Now, outside the tent, Luke Skywalker from Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, appears at Jabba the Hutt's, whatever you call it, hidden hangout.
His hut? Jabba the Hutt's hut?
I guess, yeah. Jabba the Hutt's hut, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A stranger in Jedi robes walks up to Jigglypuff. I'll take it from here. Now, we don't actually know who this is yet.
And then back inside, Victreebel goes for a sleep powder, which, again, I'll ask every time, why don't you just start with this shit?
I know, it's
an
such a
insta-win
late thing. Yeah.
Whatever. Muck falls asleep. Team Rocket throws some rings over everybody that seem to tie them all up. It's some magic shit going on here. And then we get another fucking vacuum, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, they're all tied up. Watch this super suction vacuum. We'll clean you right out. That's Jesse with the sweet sentence. Vacuum sucking up all the balls. We get another sweet sentence. The twerp's Pokemon's loss is great news for the boss.
And so it's pulling all the balls off the shelf, and it's pulling in Tracy's sketches, and it's pulling in Brock.
Oh no, and Brock's sad.
Yeah, Meowth goes in and interrogates him. Why are you back here? Why aren't you with Ivy? And him saying Ivy makes him teleport back onto the tightrope.
Wow, that was like a get out of trouble.
Also hilarious again.
The sadness is like an ability at this point.
Yeah.
It causes him to teleport.
And then there goes the GS ball.
There goes the GS ball. So the whole MacGuffin of the Orange Islands has been captured by Team Rocket. But then what's this? The tent gets cut.
Slash.
Jigglypuff flies away with the tent in the wind. The Team Rocket balloon crashes. What is going on, Kellan?
The shadowy man has a Nidoqueen.
Wow, it can't be Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker only has a Nidoking.
I don't remember that part of the movie.
You probably don't remember any parts of that movie.
I watched one of them.
You're the type of motherfucker who would be like, I watched Star Wars. I saw Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
I saw the first one that came out, A New Hope. I was forced to, so that's why I saw it.
That's good.
Anyway, no, this is Gary.
Right. That's the reveal. Oak's grandson, Gary, Ash's rival. And he's got this baller Nidoqueen with him, which is like a big armored motherfucker. Very cool. Versus Lickitung. He yells, grab that tongue. And Nidoqueen swings it around by the tongue, hits into Team Rocket.
It's pretty sweet. Because in the background, we have the electric guitar gym theme going, which is just epic, and I love it. And it's a pretty sweet sequence, because then it goes for a mega punch, sends them all into a tree, and then Jesse throws Meowth in, who tries to scratch Nidoqueen's tits. And does nothing.
Does nothing, no. Yeah, Meowth laments, not as sharp as I used to be.
Yeah, his nails are just totally broken at this point. Strength from Nidoqueen sends Team Rocket blasting off again.
Now Nidoqueen frees the rest of the gang and Oak. How you doing, Grandpa? And Gary's whole atmosphere here is completely different. And you know what else kind of correlates with that? Like, he's kind of cool and calm and not nearly as jerkish as before.
Mm-hmm.
And what else is different, Kellan, with Gary?
He got a haircut.
He doesn't have his cheerleaders.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that.
And I think that's actually huge to the character evolution here. He has finally realized that was fucking weird. And he's growing up.
Yeah, I didn't know. How did I not notice that? What the hell's wrong with me?
Yeah, that's a pretty big oversight.
Yeah. Well,
oh,
I was more focused on the music at this point.
That's good. Vibes are hard. The vibes are going hard.
Because Nidoqueen is letting everybody out of the ropes, and there's this little 8-bit version of the Pokemon theme, and it's like an 8-bit version that you would hear today. It's like very modern 8-bit version, and then we get a song that I think was from Stadium.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I recognized it from Stadium. I don't know if it was in the anime first or if it was in Stadium first, but I'm pretty sure that it was the same song.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't catch that, actually. Neat.
Yeah, they all compliment Gary, though. Of course, Ash doesn't like that.
Everybody except for Ash, so Ash gets sad. And then Ash goes into this, moody bragging episode. I'm the Orange Island victor, and I did better at you than the league.
Yeah,
bitch.
Gary's like, it didn't help you against Team Rocket. Yeah.
Kind of true.
And then he also says, he's stronger now than he was at the Indigoleague. And so Ash challenges him to a battle, and we get a cliffhanger.
Yeah, and the narrator gets a sweet sentence from me, which doesn't happen that often. Will Ash have the hometown advantage, or is he about to become the local loser? Find out next time.
They're both from Pallet Town, though.
Right. But
So
yeah, so it's
I don't know
not
what
an
the fuck
advantage.
the announcer is on, but whatever. Anyway, that's the episode.
The literary hour, this is where I try to compare it to a piece
Woo.
of literature. It never works out well, but I did pick a book here, okay? And this is called
I think it always works out well.
Oh, okay, you're right. It always works out perfectly. It's an amazing segment.
It's the best thing to just take an episode and be like, Pokemon is just like
Hamlet. Everything's like Hamlet.
Like fucking Shakespeare. It's
Everything's
the
like
same kind of
Shakespeare.
thing. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so
Go
the
for it.
novel Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray
Oh.
Bradbury. And the trope that I'm looking at here is like the evil circus comes to town, right? So bit of a stretch here, but that is sort of what I felt about like the Team Rocket bit here, is that the twisted, horrible, evil circus has arrived in Pallet and has trapped them in circus mayhem forever. Something Wicked This Way Comes is about like a couple kids in like a small, everywhere America sort of Midwestern town. And the circus comes to town and it's full of like weird stuff around it. And as they sort of like learn about it, there's more and more like kind of dark stuff that they sort of uncover and get wrapped up into. And it's like a bit of like a horror fantasy novel, right? So yeah, that's my comparison for this week. Also, the name Something Wicked This Way Comes is great. Apparently it's a reference. That's a Shakespeare reference. We were talking about Shakespeare. Macbeth. I think it's said in reference to the witches from Macbeth. I am not at all reading off of Wikipedia.
I got one for you then.
Okay.
You said circus, evil circus.
Circus comes to town.
It reminded me of a series of unfortunate events.
Okay.
The carnivorous carnival.
Oh, nice.
A series of unfortunate events. If you don't know, it's like a 12-book series. It's like a children's novel series about these three kids who lose their parents in a house fire, and they start to discover weird things about their parents, that they had like this secret life. All the while, they are trying to escape their like distant cousin Count Olaf from stealing their fortune.
Played by Jim Carrey in the movie, right?
And Neil Patrick Harris in the Netflix series.
Oh,
yes.
Cool.
Anyway, so the carnivorous carnival is this whole thing where it's been a while, but I think Count Olaf like comes to the carnival and like owns it, buys it off the previous owners, and does this whole thing where the kids are pretending to be this three-headed person, and they're part of the freak show of the carnival. And Count Olaf does this whole thing where he has this pit of lions, and at the end of the week, we're gonna pull one name, and the name of that freak from the sideshow will get pushed into the lions live in the circus, and they will be eaten and killed. And so he's gonna try to do this, get the kids' fortune by pushing them into the pit of lions, and it's very fucking dark.
That does sound dark. So it's kind of amusing though.
For a kid's book too, it's very, very weird.
I mean, I always love when kids stuff is like a little bit bizarre.
Yeah. Anyway, this is what made me think.
That's a good one.
So,
that's a good one. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that.
Yeah.
That book.
Pokemon, a tent situation is just like a series of unfortunate events. The Carnivorous Carnival, because there is a circus tent, and that's why it's just that book.
It's the overall trope, right? They both live and flourish in the trope of the evil circus. That's perfect, Kellan. It's sound.
All right,
we're gonna rank the episode now. This is the 4-4, the plastic ping pong pitcher of objective rankings. We pull 2 categories for every episode. Rank them based on those categories. What do we got first, Kellan?
First category will be silly Pikachu moments.
Okay. So we don't get too much Pikachu, unfortunately.
Not a lot of Pikachu.
The very beginning, when everyone's happy to get back to Pallet, I did say that Pikachu looked freakishly happy. You get this look at his face right at the beginning, and he looks really jacked. Like he is pumped on something. He's got this big goofy smile, and I thought that was amusing.
And then there's Delia being happy to see Pikachu over Ash.
That's a good one.
Pikachu doesn't care about Ash in that moment either, which is funny.
Yeah, he's enjoying it.
Does Pikachu clap for Team Rocket? I gotta find that out.
I don't know.
Because if he claps for Team Rocket, that's like an easy 5 points right there.
Oh, that's true. They all clap. So.
I don't think they all did. I know did Ash and Oak do.
Hmm.
But if Pikachu does, then... Nah, he doesn't. Aw. It is
Okay.
just Ash and Oak.
So it's a little low then, really.
But he's happy about it. He's smiling.
Okay, yeah, he's fun. He's
But yeah,
bringing the
that's low.
vibes, but it
Yeah.
doesn't give it a nice showcase. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go low, unfortunately. But I mean, there is still the energy of silly Pikachu. But it's a 3 for me.
3.
Actually, a
yeah.
3.33. I like thirds.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm in the 3 zone. I'm gonna go 3.8.
Okay, that's
That's
a good
a
score.
3.565 for silly Pikachu moments. Second category will be the world's worst detectives.
Ooh, so let's really point out very obvious thing.
Well, there's Delia's whole thing of walking in circles, stepping on Brock.
Yes,
I'm gonna count that.
Is kind of hilarious. I don't have anything specific though.
When they realize that Brock is upset about Ivy, one of them says, "Something must have happened."
Oh, that's good. That is exactly what I like out of the detective moment. Is when they really give us a lot of insight verbally.
Yeah, other than that, I don't really know. Oh, it looks like a circus.
Yeah.
Which is kind of up there.
Yeah. I don't know. These aren't really great though.
Nah.
But a little bit higher than my 3.3. I'm gonna go a 4.
Whoa, a 4.
It is low
Hot
though.
damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go 4.2.
Oh, okay, you're low as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
So that's a 4.1 and a grand total of 3.8325 for a tense situation. Let's move on to the Rivalry Revival.
Right, so we get the recap from the narrator, basically tells us about the whole Ivy situation, that's an open thread, and then leads us up to what's going on with Gary, and that's in media res, jump into it, the Gary battle. Tense, staring. Gary offers up a 1v1 battle, so it's going to be short and sweet, 1 Pokemon each.
Yeah, which is really lame.
Yeah, I actually
One-on-one? Come on.
thought, given that this was called a Rivalry Revival, that we would get a good old 6v6 and the whole episode would be a Gary Ash battle. But it's not.
Also, the announcer notes this is their first battle together, which I didn't even realize.
Actually? That's bizarre. Yeah. Okay.
That's crazy when you think about it. But yeah,
well,
like
every
every
time
time
you play
Ash...
the games, you fight the bastard so many times. Yeah.
But like, I guess thinking back on it, every time Ash sees Gary is like, I'm miles ahead of you. I don't need to bother with you. And they didn't fight in the league either. So
crazy.
So,
okay.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow, that's one of those things that you almost like inject memories in your head, right? You're like, I swear I saw them fight, but no.
Yeah. So he's gonna go for Pikachu, of course, Ash's, and Gary goes for Eevee. Oh my god, guys, it's just like Pokemon Yellow. Crazy. Wow.
Right. So I never really played Yellow, but I read that on Bulbapedia. So walk me through that. In the opening of Yellow, instead of choosing the 3 starters, you get a Pikachu, right?
Yeah, and Gary gets an Eevee, and then depending on how you fare in the first rival battle and the optional one at the beginning of the game on the route to the Victory League, determines what Gary evolves his Eevee into. So if you win both, he evolves it into Jolteon, which is like the hardest one. If you win one of them, but lose the other or skip the other, he does Flareon, which is like the neutral matchup against Pikachu. And then if you lose the first one and then lose or skip the second one, he evolves it into Vaporeon, which is the easiest matchup against Pikachu.
Okay, cool. So it's, kind of a difficulty adjustment.
Yep.
Now, that does sound like some sort of reference here. Like Yellow would have been out already, but not for a long time. Would have been pretty fresh, right? Kind of still. It was sort of like the stopgap game before Gen 2. Yeah, no, that seems like a good reference.
Yeah, Yellow came out in Japan on September 12th, 98.
This episode 99 in North
This
America.
episode dropped October of 99, yeah, in Japan.
Yeah, it's about a year turnaround. Yeah.
So definitely a reference to that.
Right.
So Ash taunts Gary about his league placements again. Gary doesn't care. Pikachu goes for a quick attack. Eevee goes for a reflect.
Hold on, sorry. I've got a point we get into there, but some Tracy bullshit. Tracy said that look at the Eevee. He's ready to evolve. Eevees need a stone to evolve. That's not how it works.
Yeah,
even I know that, Tracy.
Yeah, but we've seen things of a Pokemon is ready or not. It's like I think he means like mentally ready.
Oh, you think that, like, I can tell from his vibes. Like,
Yeah.
I see how his eyes are, and his whole demeanor just screams, I am sick of this skin. I want a new flesh suit.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, but if we pull Tracy's bullshit, I will give you it. Because
Okay,
it doesn't
okay.
make sense, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so quick attack, Eevee goes for a reflect. Pikachu kind of breaks through it, barely.
And the reflect makes like this like yellow barrier.
Yeah.
I've never seen a reflect like that, Tracy
Whoa.
says. Didn't
I don't
feel
think
that
Eevee
attack
felt
at
it.
all. Yeah.
So Thunderbolt from Pikachu, Eevee goes for a double team. Pikachu tries to bolt through the clones, but Ash is like, it's no use, save your electric energy, blah, 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 blah. Eevee goes for a takedown. Agility, woo, 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 dodges the takedown. Goes for a thunder, but Eevee jumps in with a skull bash.
Hits
Gets
it
in too
before the
fast.
thunder gets off.
Pikachu goes flying, lets out the electricity, hits nothing, goes nowhere. He falls to the ground. Pikachu's out, dead.
Ash holds him as he perishes in his arms tonight. Must have
It's
been
very
something
dark.
I said. Very
Snaps
dark.
all around.
Yeah, thank you. Right, so Ash is like a tough battle, but you did great. And Oak's impressed with, well, both of them, but he's impressed with Gary. Gary is bringing a maturity here that we have not seen from him before at all, right? Like, like he actually dispatches with Ash in a competent way, but also not an overly proud way, right? Like he's not gloating. He's gloating a little, but he's not gloating as much as Ash would be.
Yeah, Ash would be like literally rubbing it in his face.
Oh, Ash would like pull down his pants and take a shit all over his shoes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Muck might be into that though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So Gary does that like little ball spin thingy on
That's
his hand
cool,
that
yeah.
basketball players do. Is neat. And off he goes. He's too mature for Ash's bullshit these days.
Mm-hmm.
And Ash is like, it'll be different next time. Gary just waves it off. Like, whatever.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care.
Sure it will. Maybe eventually you'll get a hit in.
Right, so we get a cut, and now Ash is daydreaming.
Contemplating his existence.
He is. He's just watching the clouds pass. And then Misty goes, you want to know where Gary is? He's on a new journey already. You gotta not.
Fuck?
You're sitting here wallowing, and he's making moves.
That's all we get there. It's a very quick one because we go into the lab. Oak is examining the GS ball.
He's
not getting any info
on
though.
it. Yeah.
Ash asks Oak about Gary. Oak's stumped about the ball. Misty mentions Ivy, and Brock goes down again.
So sad. And Tracy goes, I'm a Pokemon watcher, but watch what you say around Brock.
So Oak tells Ash Gary is headed out west to Johto, the Johto League, and Oak explains it. He's like, it's a league, you gotta go around collecting badges. When you get 8 badges, it's the same fucking thing as the Indigoleague, Oak.
He explains the exact same thing, except for Johto. Yeah, but also, so I read that this is like the first time that they name a region besides Orangeislands, which isn't like an official region. But Bulbapedia says that. So they never explicitly call Indigoleague. They never call it Kanto.
They have to have. I don't believe
According
that.
to Bulbapedia, they don't refer to it as Kanto.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they have to have said it somewhere.
It's just here.
That's, whatever. I don't know, man.
It's just where we be.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, either way.
That surprised me too, though, if true.
So Ash decides he's going to go to Johto too. He's got to catch up to Gary. And I
Train
noted
as hard
here,
as he can. Yeah.
I noted here we're looking across the pastures of Oak's lab. How many fucking Rhyhorn and Rhydon are in this thing?
Oh, really?
They're everywhere. It's like they drew a Rhyhorn and a Rhydon and then just copy pasted them all across the pasture.
That's probably what they did.
They're all over the place.
I think they, a lot of the times they animate for people like me who just aren't that visually observant.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to be looking at the main focus of the shot, but
right. No,
not me.
It's interesting though.
Yeah. So, Misty tells Ash he's been lazy though since he won the Orange League.
That's why
he lost to Gary.
Oh. Well, Brock jumps in with some interesting news. You two don't get along without me, but with me around, you're going to eat right, you're going to train right. What's this, Brock's back?
Oh my god, Brock's back.
Holy.
He's in the gang again. And you know what? I think that marks the point where we can officially put horny Brock moments back in the forepaw.
Let's do it. What a claps all around. Momentous occasion.
Listen to this. I've got horny Brock moments in my hand. I got the forepaw in the other. And there it is, back in.
There it is, folks.
Incredible. momentous occasion. A category has returned to the forepaw.
After being perched outside for so long, he is
Because
back.
they got rid of Brock.
Mm-hmm. Well, they want to get going right away. They're looking, and Misty goes, west is this way.
Either way, it won't be
Either
off
way.
to Johto.
Yeah.
Wherever west is.
Whatever.
Who knows? So Oak gives the GS ball back to Ash here. He's like, hey, there's a guy named Kurt in Johto. He's a Pokeball designer. If anybody knows anything about how to get this ball open or what the deal is with this thing, it's gonna be him. So take this ball to Kurt. It's not even gonna take you out of your way in the Johto League. He lives in Azalea Town.
This is what we know of Johto so far.
It's a guy named Kurt.
8 gyms. It's got a league. There's a guy named Kurt, and he lives in Azalea Town. Yeah.
And Oak asks Ash, like, I think you'd like meeting Kurt. And Ash is like, yeah, Kurt's like a big celebrity. As if 30 seconds ago, Oak didn't just pull up Kurt's picture and Ash went, who's that?
Maybe it's one of those things he's just heard the name.
Maybe.
But I'm kind of, I'm picking up what you're stepping in here, that I think that Ash is just like trying to talk big. He's like, oh yeah, that Kurt. Yeah, I totally knew that
that
Kurt.
guy, he's like the coolest guy ever.
Oh yeah, Captain Kirk. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I just misheard you. I thought you said Kirk, not Kurt. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I love William Shatner.
Yeah, I love William Shatner. I love when he sings the Canadian national anthem. It's so good.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah. His version is really funny. Anyways.
So, first stop is going to be New Bark Town. Then there's a whole thing about fucking
town where winds of new beginnings blow.
Yeah, and then the winds like break the windows or something.
Yeah, it was like really cheesy. The new wind, and the wind blows through the windows.
But more importantly, New Bark Town is where all trainers have to go to sign up for the Johto League.
Right, so it's where you start.
Yeah. Then there's a whole thing of like, Brock knows where they're going or something, and Misty's like, yeah, not if there's any pretty girls along the way. And Brock's like, yeah, I do like girls more than geography. So at least he's self-aware.
At least, I guess.
So
I mean that was a pretty ham-fisted joke. I'm cooking Brock's hands for Easter dinner because that was ham-fisted.
Hilarious. And then the final shot before we go to commercial break is just Tracy staring blankly past the camera.
And I think it was supposed to mean like, he's thinking a lot, things are moving, but it was a little bit serial killer looking.
It was.
And then
this guy's not gonna take my place in the gang. I have anything to say about it.
Brock's gonna go to take a shower later and not come back. Oh.
I forced my way into this journey and I'm not gonna leave.
There can only be one freakish tall guy who's creepy.
I'm the only one that's allowed a foot fetish.
Yeah. I'm the only one who draws weird pictures of girls.
Tracy, that kind of homie who kills people he's jealous of.
Yeah. Tracy, that kind of homie joke coming full circle. Tracy, that kind of homie who gets 25 to life.
Anyway, Delia packs underwear for Ash.
Of course, we're back. Yeah, so Gang's at Ash's mom, and Ash's mom goes on that whole fresh underwear thing again. She loves bringing that up. It's like the only time he gets his underwear cleaned, maybe? I don't know. It's really weird.
Forepaw idea. How clean do we think Ash's underwear is in this episode?
Oh, that's good, because it's like, context is important. It's like, how long since he's been in Pallet? How many pairs did she give him? What is the
has he changed them lately?
Yeah.
How much dirt is he sitting in?
Access to possibly laundry, you know?
I'll put it in if you want, but it was mostly a joke, but it's kind of funny.
You know what? I'm mostly a joke is my middle name, so I'm here for it.
We need more of those weird categories anyway.
Yeah. I'm down for it.
All right.
Ash's underwear dirtiness level. So is the more dirty the higher the score, or is cleaner the higher the score?
I think dirtiest is
okay. We're here for dirty undies. The dirty undie ball.
Dirty is Ash's. Yeah, we need a snappy title. Give us snappy title suggestions for that category.
Yeah, in the comments
below.
The dirty undie ball. We need a title.
And if we pick one of yours, we'll shout you out, of course.
Of course.
Anyway, that's a good idea. I like that. So, Delia's packing this underwear because Oak already told her that Ash is off to Johto. Ash seems very disappointed by all this. He's like, oh, you seem happy that I'm leaving again. And she
You
kind of
thought
does.
she'd be devastated.
Yeah, but Delia's gonna make like a big dinner to say goodbye again, and but someone has to go pick up some things from the shop, and so Brock and Mimi fight over who gets to go to the market
Yeah, huge
and
war.
buy the things, and so they run off together to the market. But no one took the shopping list, so Ash has to go now.
They forgot the list.
Not the last.
Now we get a
That was
cut,
funny.
and Team Rocket, beaten, battered, and bruised, is on the road. I'd sell my soul to rest my souls.
I need a pause for my paws.
Perfect. We see the sign, pallets in 1 mile, and Meowth says, look sharp, brings out his claws. Oh, it sure does, and then just gets scratched. I don't know why. They're in a mood.
Yeah.
But who do they see but Gary coming forward?
Yeah, and they talk about like, oh, we can get the twerp and we can get Pikachu. They want to
Brat
kidnap.
and a rat.
They want to kidnap Gary,
They
not his
wanna kidnap
Pokemon.
Gary.
Gary.
He'll get a handsome sum from the boss.
Ugh.
Finally,
So
after losing Mewtwo, I have my ultimate Pokemon, Gary.
The whole stealing Pokemon thing is bad in Universe 2, but Giovanni going the human trafficking route just turned a whole new page on this anime, huh?
Yes, the crimes have just gotten way too real.
Yeah. So then suddenly a giant fucking soundstage comes out of nowhere.
They were
I don't
so
know,
battered and bruised,
I
poor,
don't know.
no food, they're hungry, their feet hurt, and suddenly they have conjured this like $1 million electric stadium with a screen.
Got no fucking idea.
I don't know either.
How fast they did that? They're the world's greatest stagehands. They should be roadies.
Oh, they would be incredible
Can
roadies.
assemble real fast. Jesus
They
Christ.
could make tours so much more efficient.
Mm-hmm. So we're up on stage, so prepare for trouble. It's curtains for you, so make it double. Blah blah blah. During the whole model, we get cuts to Gary just kind of walking. He
He's
doesn't
just
give a
looking
shit.
smug. He's not reacting.
He walks right on by. He's on a different road here.
He just took a different turn in the road. Doesn't even acknowledge them. He's gone. Walking past during it. Wow.
And so Jesse and James walk off, leaving Meowth just hanging there because he was on a rope.
Spring me from this spring.
Bungee.
It's on like a
Yeah.
bungee thing, yeah.
So back at home, there's dinner.
Now the music playing here is like Poke Center music, I think, right?
Bum, 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 bum,
Yes,
bum,
like
bum.
that.
Yeah, it's Pokemon
Yeah.
Center. Note how fast I knocked that one out. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
yes, you're great.
Go me. Anyway, yeah, it's a whole long sequence about this food is really good. Wow,
Oh, yeah.
this is delicious.
I actually like that from my anime though, because I like
You're
how
fucking weird.
food looks in anime.
You got to know that it tastes good too.
Oh yeah, you gotta feel it. Well, because then you get lots of close-ups of the food. So we've got some hambagu steaks, I think some duck. We've got tomago, and then like a bunch of fruit. Actually, Deli didn't make this. Brock made dinner. We
Brock
find out.
made it. Mm.
And Misty's like, you must have found a great cookbook with Ivy.
Yeah, this
Dun,
is
dun,
this is
dun.
this is the most unnecessary exposition from Misty ever. She's
Yeah.
like, "Wow, Brock made this. He must have found a really good cookbook when he was on Valencia Island with Professor Ivy."
Ivy. So that triggers the sadness again. in
Like he
his
could have just
heart.
been like, "Wow, he must have found a good cookbook,"
I know,
and that'd
that's
be it.
That's it. You didn't need to connect cookbook with Ivy. That's not even a
And
connection.
Valencia Island.
Right.
It's like all the details. Let's give all of the details of his past here. Let's just really fuck him up.
Well, you must have found a really good cookbook when you stopped journeying with us at the beginning of the Orange Island arc and helped Ivy on her island. So then we picked up Tracy and Lapras and had a whole adventure, right?
Yeah, then
Cookbook?
we went across a bunch of orange-themed, citrus-themed islands and got 4 badges in various weird different kinds of gym badges or battles. And then we went to the Pokemon League. Ash caught a Snorlax at some point, by the way. We went to the Orange League, and Ash fought a Ditto and an Electabuzz and a Venusaur and a Dragonite and
And you must have gotten a really good cookbook from Ivy.
What the fuck else did Drake have? Onyx. He had an Onyx.
He had an Onix.
Gengar. He had a Gengar.
Gengar.
And then we
Yeah.
went back to Pallet Town, and we saw you, and then I said, you must have found a really good cookbook on Valencia Island when you were working with Professor Ivy, and then you got really depressed. And that was...
That
was
brings us
what you
to
said.
right now.
Yeah.
So they just kind of ignore this, and Hook says, well, you're going to see some new Pokemon out west. So what do we get? Brand new decks. gives it to
Ooh,
Ash, loaded with
that's
new
fun.
Pokemon.
I like that. That's good.
And that's when Tracy drops a real bomb here, subtly. Well,
Oh
that'll be
no.
great to see the Pokemon you send to me and Oak.
You and Oak?
You and Oak?
What? So yeah, Tracy explains he's gonna stay behind. He's gonna be Professor Oak's assistant. And Oak's like, as soon as I saw his drawings, I knew he wanted to be. I knew he would be a great assistant. He finally mustered up the courage to ask, or something.
Yeah, I wonder
like
when
that.
this all happened. Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not word for word.
And so Tracy says that this is kind of Ash's inspiration. He taught me to just go for it, right? To really live your dreams and see them through. And that's actually pretty cool that Tracy found inspiration in his friend.
And then Ash says, "That's right, Trace. And what I really want now is seconds."
Dick said. But we get an interruption. Those seconds might have to wait, Ash. Some news reporters burst in, covered this special occasion alive. So the Team Rocket is in the news reporter outfits. They bust in. They're saying that they want to document that they heard about Ash or something. But basically they're just taking close-ups of the food. Oh, and sampling it a little bit. I mean, a lot of it.
Yeah. They haven't eaten in a while, I don't think.
Right.
They don't get good food much at all.
Nope. They are starving. And while they're doing this, though, Oak is catching strays out here, as the kids say. They're like, what a young, attractive, vibrant group. Mostly. They pan to Oak.
So rude.
Yeah.
So yeah, they eat more of the food too. Brock is like, you guys look familiar. And so Jesse reminds them, we're coming to you live. Live. Live.
And the IVE triggers Brock. It sounds close enough to Ivy.
That's really good. That was
funny. Yeah.
And they go close up on Pikachu. Pikachu's ready for his moment.
We'll capture this charming Pikachu. And
Hand comes out of the camera, grabs him, and this is where we get the great detective moment. They're not reporters.
Killed it. Team Rocket's out the window with this breaking story, but we won't stick around to cover it.
So yeah, they run. Mimey and Ash give chase. Mimey's out here. Deli is only really concerned about her garden.
Yeah.
Don't trample the garden.
Right, so Mime is using some barriers to try to stop Team Rocket from running over the garden. Traps it in some ways, but basically just sends them running a different direction.
Yeah, and they approach Meowth, who's like, what took you guys so long? Blah, blah, blah. Ash has Pikachu go for a Thunder Shock because he hasn't learned anything
at
all.
Ash has been able to catch up with them because of the barriers that slowed them down. Again, catches up. But this camera that Pikachu is trapped in, this camera case is, of course, rubber reinforced, so that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, of course. And then here comes Scyther with the electric guitar gym theme again. He slashes Pikachu out of the case, and Pikachu Thunder Shocks. And then Meryl jumps in, sends Team Rocket signing off again with a water gun. It's wonderful.
Now, Bulbapedia points out this is the one and only time that Tracy blasts off Team Rocket. Very interesting.
Yeah. So, Mimey also gets some credit.
It's great to see them go away again. Just like old times.
Old times, yeah. Mimey gets some credit, though, here for protecting the garden. Sorry, guarding the garden.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Oak's joke.
That was Oak's joke. That wasn't even a joke. But he goes, get it? Which, of course, makes every joke better. Yeah.
So it's nighttime. Ash is trying to get to sleep with Pikachu. First thing in the morning, it's off to the Johto League, and Ash kind of thinks back on his time with Tracy, but he's also happy that Brock is back. And then it's morning. It's the next day.
Morning. So it's that typical end of a Pokemon episode where people stand on a road and say goodbye to each other every fucking time. So
they all say their goodbyes.
They're pumped about their visit. Ash's mom yells at Ash to change his underwear. We're locked and loaded on that, Delia. We'll be thinking about it.
Oak reminds them to get the ball to Kurt, and Brock's like, yeah, I'll remind him. And Misty's like, I'll remind him. And Pikachu's like, Pika, Pika. He'll remind Pikachu. Ash as well.
Yeah.
No one trusts Ash to do this on his own.
No, he'll get distracted.
And they're off. And Ash is like, I'll bring you back another trophy. And Deli doesn't want another trophy. She just wants Ash to come back. But from your attitude in the last 10 minutes, Delia, it seems like you want Ash gone forever. But
it's a tough exterior.
Yeah, he really just interrupted her relationship with Oak, huh?
Yep, totally.
Now with Tracy here is going to be
she's been used to it.
A whole new snag in the formula.
Oh, about them trying to sneak around.
Yeah.
They got to just... I think Tracy would be easy to No, actually, I take that back. I was going to say he'd be easy to distract because you could just like show him some Pokemon or something. but he's so needy. He would be like, oh, what do you think about this? Oh, what do
Yeah.
you think about that? Oh,
He's
my
gonna puppy
God.
dog and shadow Oak forever and ever and
That's
ever.
true.
So.
Oh my God, Oak is gonna murder Tracy. That'll be this whole small town murder mystery. Who killed Tracy? I would watch that spin-off, the
That
Who
would
Killed
be
Tracy
something
murder
else.
mystery. Detective noir murder mystery.
Tracy Sketchet's fucking dead.
The only one who could have solved his crime was Tracy.
Was himself.
Was himself.
This sketch is leading us to the perpetrator. He
Okay.
drew it in his final moments.
That sounds really fun. I'm in. Where do I watch this?
So,
Yeah, so you want a literary hour? We're at the end of the episode.
we have to finish this up. As the gang heads out of Pallet Town, we get some nice stuff from the narrator. There's new adventures, new friends, new rivals, and new Pokemon just on the horizon. It's great. And that is the episode. But I've got a question here.
Yeah.
I got a question from Tristan. This one's a little lengthy. He says, bear with me on this one. Let's take the obvious out of the equation, as we know the reason why Oak or anyone never mentions other regions or Pokemon is because they were not invented yet in the games. However, let's imagine in the anime, the other 8 regions and 1,000 Pokemon plus did exist already. Why would Oak or anyone else never mention them? He has professor friends all over the Pokemon world, like Kurt, for example, and they never discuss the different Pokemon in other regions? My take is Oak knows that too much info for Ash would only hinder his development as a Pokemon trainer, and only gives him a dex for the region he's in, and purposely doesn't mention other regions or Pokemon in regions he's not going to. I know it's kind of an odd question when you break it down, but if you're watching the anime and knowing at least 9 regions exist with over 1,000 Pokemon, why does Oak only give him limited info? Again, take the obvious that they were not invented yet. It's more of a fanfic question for theories.
Right. So can you think of a retro shoved in there explanation for that?
I like Tristan's example or answer that Ash
that's
can't handle that much information
Ash
at a
has
time.
Oak's been clever. I almost thought that immediately, well, this is like through the Ash filter. So maybe he's just like not paying attention about the way that other adults would talk about the other regions, right? Like,
yeah.
So Johto was suddenly brought up as this place Gary's going to compete. So he suddenly zones in on Johto.
Yeah.
But what if like they'd been talking about Johto constantly, but it never shows up in sort of his dialogue filter because he never saw it as like a part of the Pokemon adventure.
Yeah, and so Oak tells him he's going to Johto, and like as soon as he says Johto, Ash just like zones out on it. He's like, Johto, I gotta go to Johto. Meanwhile, Oak's there being like, but he also said he might go to Hoenn. And there's also like Sinnoh and Unova. You can go to any of those regions. They've all got the league. There's a million places you can go, and Ash is like, Johto.
He's just so zoned in and filtering. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Thank you for the question. As always, if you have questions, hit us up at the email, tokilladelibird@gmail.com. Thank you. Anyway,
yes, thank you.
With that last narrator bit, that is the episode, and ladies and gentlemen, that is Generation 1 in the Pokemon anime, the entirety.
Wow.
Crazy.
Huge. What a time to be alive.
Now, book me.
Book you. So the trope that I'm going to discuss is the Quest to the West trope. So this is like...
It's a specific direction, all right.
Yeah, but it's a big thing, actually, this idea of like journeying to the West. That comes up in a lot. And TV Tropes has some speculation on why it is that the hero's journey points in the West. And one could be that it means that the heroes would be coming from the East, which means the sun rises behind them. So it's sort of just like a visual metaphor, right? And sort of like that epic sort of, okay, the sun is following you, right? So the journey in the West, well, that's the direction the sun's going in. Right. So there could be something fundamental, I guess, to how we think about our place in the universe, where the West actually means something significant because if you're following the sun, that's where it's going. The other reason would be more like colonial, because if you're talking about like a Eurocentric sort of view, a lot of stories come from European expansion, which would be from the east to the west, right? So New World discovery and population of North America from European settlers would have started East Coast, gone across. So a lot of stories, like FIFA Goes West, the Gold Rush, etc., is about the new frontier in the West. But this is not an exclusively Western trope, because we've got one of the most popular stories out of Asia is Journey to the West. Have you heard of Journey to the West?
Yes, I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it, really.
Yeah, so it's one of like the big 4 classics of Chinese literature. And it's this, it's a story about, a journey to the West. And one of the big things it has in it that I know is like a Monkey King and stuff. And it's and so much stuff has been based off of it. So even Dragon Ball starts off as an ode to Journey to the West. And you see adaptations of it constantly out of Asia. But yeah, it's one of the big characters is this Monkey King Warrior, I don't know. And Goku's based off of him. He's sort of like a trickster and a warrior, and a bunch of it is about this specific character as they're going on the adventures. And I think there's like dragons and stuff. I don't exactly know what their journey is for, but it is one of the classic stories. And yeah, it's popular in a lot of Asian countries. But China seems to make versions of it, whether like adaptations in like a TV series or movies, like all the time. If you look at like, Journey to the West movies, there's been like 1 billion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the whole trope of, Journey to the West is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That's what we get here, kicking it off. We're going to the West.
It's interesting that, that is the specific direction.
That is specific and ubiquitous and pervasive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's odd. Anyway, all right. Shall we finish rating the Orange Islands?
Yes, let's rate, this episode, but our last ranking for an Orange Islands episode, let's go.
Is first category will be, the soundtrack.
Okay. Wow. It was the first episode you were digging the soundtrack.
Yeah, was it the first? Oh, shoot, it was the first episode that had
this one has the Poke Center song in the while they were eating.
And it brought back the electric guitar gym theme, which I always love.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
But those are kind of common, aren't they?
Yeah, but I mean, I'll always give it points for that one. But yeah, it's nothing.
But nothing else
special.
Unique, so
no,
I would kind of go with a 5.
Yeah,
straight
5.
Down the middle.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
it's
a
5 as heck.
5s across the board. Yeah, that's a 5 for soundtrack. Final category for the Orange Islands. Oh my god. Oh, look at that. It came right back up. It's horny Brock moments. It's missed us.
Oh, it wanted to be long. Well, he isn't that horny here. He's more of that depressed horny.
He's also simping for Delia.
He does have a simp for Delia, which is
I'll do anything for you.
Kind of
just say the word.
That kind of counts. It was kind of weird. We also get the moment where he's like, him and Misty are talking about how he's more distracted by girls than geography or whatever. Yep. So that kind of counts too.
Yeah, it's definitely not as bad as we've seen.
It's not the horniest,
but it's hornier than some other times this has come.
I think this episode might be just as mid gets, and it kind of compels me to just give it another straight 5.
You know what I'm in?
5 incarnate. It's as 5 as 5 can be.
I'm down for that. I'll give it a 5. That's 5 and 5 and 5. With a 5, that's 5. For the Rivalry Revival.
Round into 5, round down, carry the 0. We got 5s all around.
All right. So quickly before we go though, since we're saying goodbye to Tracy, I want to talk just a touch about why Tracy was here in the first place.
Okay.
So this is sourced from an interview with Masamitsu Hidaka, who was a former Pokemon anime director. Basically stated what, from his perspective at least, because this was only ever sourced from one person, that Brock was taken out because once they realized that Pokemon was huge everywhere and it was going to go all over the place, they were worried that Brock might be seen as a racist stereotype because of his eye design. And so they took him out, replaced him with a, quote, tall, white, Anglo-looking character to replace him just to be on the safe side.
Oh, that's weird.
And then brought Brock back when they realized that nobody gave a shit.
That no one had thought that.
Nobody cared.
That's true.
So that's why Tracy was there.
Okay.
So
it was a sensitivity move.
I guess so.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
But after the seizure issues, I think they wanted to err on the side of caution for
I also
pretty much
wouldn't
everything.
have guessed we're removing Brock because he's racist, not because he's sexist.
It was a different time. They weren't thinking about that kind of stuff.
Right. Give that a few more years.
Okay, so now that we're finished rating the Orange Islands in every episode, we got a few data points to cover real quick.
Okay.
First of all, the season average, the average for the entirety of the Orange Islands. Now, for comparison, the Indigoleague received a very average 5.41
Right.
out of 10. The Orange Islands, its 30 some odd episodes plus the second movie, have a season average score of 5.32. Went down 1/10 of a point.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
So
It's about 1/10 of a point worse than Indigo. It's very similar, though. Yeah.
it is, yeah. And then also, like we did with the Indigoleague when we finished, we want to go over the top 10 best, top 10 worst episodes of the Orange Islands
Oh, great.
very quickly. So we'll start with the best, because worst is more fun. Kicking it off, number 10 with a 6.7. It's Hello Pumelo.
Okay, that was one of the gym ones, right?
The first Orange
first
League.
Drake, yeah.
The first part of the final battle, yep.
Right.
Then in ninth place with a 6.76825 is A Way Off Day Off.
Oh, what? That episode sucked.
That was a terrible episode, but it got a great score.
Okay.
Number 8 with a 7 is Naval Maneuvers, one of the badge
Okay,
episodes.
good one, yeah.
Yeah. In seventh place with a 7.025, Pokemon Double Trouble, another badge episode.
Mm-hmm.
Sixth place, 7.375, The Joy of Pokemon with Buff Joy.
that was with Buff Joy. Yeah,
Yep.
we all love Buff Joy. That was a good one.
In number 5, fifth best episode of Orange Island, 7.525 from last week, The Underground Roundup.
Wow, that one got kind of high.
Last
That
week was a
episode
good
was
one.
just okay, yeah.
We had 2 really good episodes last week, because in fourth place with the 7.6, it's Viva Las Lapras.
There you go. Wow, banger.
And these top 3 are definitely up there in top 3. With a 7.75, number 3 is Pikachu Revolts.
That was a good one. That was a
Good
very
one.
good one. Well,
Number
well
2,
animated.
with an 8.175, is Charizard Chills.
Okay, I mean, yeah, everyone remembers Charizard.
Yep. And the best episode, according to the Forepaw, from Adventures in the Orange Islands with an 8.5625, it's Meowth Rules.
Oh, wow. That one got high.
Yeah. It got,
Lord
yeah,
Meowth.
it's the overall third best rated episode so far. Overall.
Crazy. Wow. Impressed. Surprised. Shocked.
All right. Top 10 worst episodes in Orange Islands. At number 10,
I can't
with a
believe A Way Off
4.5.
Day Off got on the top and at the bottom.
Yeah, that was a
The
rough one.
Forepaw is crazy.
Number 10 with a 4.5, 10th worst episode, Tracy Gets Bugged,
Okay.
the Scyther episode.
That one was decent, though.
It was a good
Yeah.
episode, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 9 and 8, actually. 8 and 9 are tied with 4.25. First one is The Crystal Onyx
Okay.
and Stage Fight.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Stage Fight, that's the riverboat one.
Yeah. In 7th place with a 3.8325, we just talked about it, A Tenth Situation.
Yeah,
number
that's
7
fine.
worth episode.
Yeah, that kind of works for me.
6th place, 3.675, it's A Wherefore Art Thou Pokemon,
Oh, that's funny. That got low.
which I like that
The
episode a lot. It's very
Shakespearean
cute.
one. Yeah, it is fun.
In 5th place, 5th worst episode of the 3.5, it's The Mystery Menace, which I'll agree with that. That was an okay episode.
What episode is that even?
The
sewer
Bulbasaur
one?
in the sewers.
Yeah, Bulbasaur in the sewers. Yeah, with the really weird mayor.
Yeah. Number 4 with a 2.225, it's Misty Meets Her Match. Another badge episode.
That was a badge episode that
Yeah.
got so low. Yeah.
The Rudy one. It's
Rudy!
wild. Number 3 with a 1.3,
Oh, God, that's low.
Get Along, Little Pokemon. The John Wayne
John
episode.
Wayne. All right,
Yeah.
so we've empirically shown that Clint Eastwood is better than John Wayne. Wow.
Number 2, second worst episode of the season with a flat 1. It's A Ship Full of Shivers.
Wow, that got that low. With
Yeah.
the ghost ship. That was kind of cool episode.
It was. And then the worst episode of the Orange Islands, according to the Forepaw, with a 0.75,
Abysmal.
Pokeball Peril.
Pokeball Peril. What?
It's one of
what
the first
episode is that?
episodes where they gave the ball to
Oh, they
Ivy.
gave him the
or they,
ball.
Sorry, they took the ball from Ivy.
Yeah, right.
So that's that.
Okay.
Just to quickly, in the top 10 overall episodes, we have Showdown at Dark City, Legend of Dratini, Mystery at the Lighthouse, Charizard Chills, The Ultimate Test, A Chansey Operation, Pokemon I Choose You, Meowth Rules, The Punchy Pokemon, and The Tower of Terror. So we had 2
Tower of Terror,
episodes
wow.
crack into the top 10 this
Very
season.
nice. Very good. Good show, Orange Islands. The Forepaw respects you and
It
fears
does. Not enough to give you that 0.1 more point to match Indigoleague, but
you. Right.
But
Wow.
that's the Orange Islands, baby. That's it for
Crazy.
this week. Nuts. Crazy shit.
All right. Should we sign off? I guess I'd like to know, Kellan, what exactly should me and the listeners watch for next week?
Well, next week we're jumping into the Johto League.
Here we
And we're
go.
going to be there for a long time. So we're starting off with 2 episodes. We're going to start off with episode 119, Don't Touch That Dial, or in Japanese, Wakaba Town, ! The town where winds telling of a beginning blow, ! Real
That's
mouthful.
a long name, yeah.
And then episode 120, the Double Trouble Header, or in Japanese, The Rookies Chikorita! !
Oh, okay. So we're starting with the starters from there, that region. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, very exciting. I'm looking forward to checking those out. So thank you for listening to the podcast. Please leave comments on the YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/HydraLeech. We've got the video versions up there. You can also email us at tokilladelibird@gmail.com. Podcast is available anywhere. You can download podcasts. Video versions are also available on some of those platforms like Spotify. You can rank the episodes on there, give them ratings, and also setting it to auto download can help the podcast. We've got a couple other platforms. You can also get us on Twitter, which is the handle's To Kill A Delibird, and Kellan is on TikTok, HydraLeeches. He's also on Twitch, HydraLeeches.
Yeah.
And on Twitch, what are you twitching, Kellan?
Balloons.
Hell yeah, balloons.
Yeah.
All day, every day. Right, so that's that. Intro and outro music is 80s Synthwave by Alexi Action. Yeah, anything else, Kellan?
One last thing I think we need to mention. Bit of a special thing for finishing the Orange
yes.
Islands. I don't have an exact date on when this will start, but look for a special Pokemon Snap thing coming out on the YouTube channel in the coming days. You'll get more information on that when it drops, but we're just going to tease a little. We're going to tickle your balls a little bit.
Tickle your Pokeballs.
Tickle your Pokeballs. But other than that, that'll do it.
That'll do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Orangey Glad, I'll never say Orangey Glad ever again.
Fucking Jesus Christ, shut up.